Hi, my name is Scott. Welcome to Wolves Are Forever 38. And what we recently got from Amazon was what they call a diving waterproof case for a shellbox. This one is the Gen 2 version, which is black. For this model that came with, when we opened it up, I kind of played with it for a minute, and it does hold my Samsung 21. Also holds Samsung up to a Samsung 21 Ultra. So on that note, it came with the paperwork, quick tips, came with a Microsoft for a lens cleaner, a plastic key, 2 blocks, and a lanyard, and a hard case. Now, if you know anything about the shellbox cases, this is identical to the rest of them. It does have the mechanical devices inside of it for you to take underwater photos. Beside that, it did change the outer cover. The Gen 1 had hard plastic latches, and on this model here for the Gen 2, they actually put metal. So same opening the same direction as the other one. So you would actually take the key and pry it open. And this has 6 latches. 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and 2 on the side. And so, and you have, don't forget the one in the back that I did earlier. All right, when you flip it over, you have these metal latches. They're like cleats, French cleats. They put them inside the lever so it presses down on it. So that's exactly what you do. You make sure these come off. Now, we got these at Amazon for $45 because of the size of my phone. Smaller phones, you can get them for $35. So that's the thing. We got them for Christmas. I ordered them at the beginning of the week. As you saw in my previous part of the channel, we did a Colorado pontoon introduction. These are going to be part of the river trip we're doing in June. Let me make sure I can get this thing pried open a little bit. Oops. Now the plastic key, I'm gonna bank that I have a few things of tools. So it comes like this part. Now I'm gonna bring this up to you so you can see the inside. All right, you have these levers. They're mechanical. This one's locked in. You unlock it by this little device. And if you look on this corner, this goes in and out. And this one sets. Now, when you open them up, you push it all, it comes all like this. So, if you look at it, this is right here. Then you have the phone. This is the way it comes completely. And then you push, there you go, like that. That's the way it comes in. Now, you'll set your phone up, because my phone's recording. And you'll turn around and you'll hold this down. Trust me, I bit my finger last time I did it, didn't realize it. It does snap real quick. It has a little cushion on this side. It has a little cushion on this side. Now, if you look at the, right here where my left index finger is showing, it has a little lever that goes up. Same up here. Pardon me. See where it comes down through the screen? That's what actually pushes the camera side of your phone. Now, understanding that every phone is different, the iPhone as well as the Androids, depends on which way your phone sets up, will depend on which way this lever, and the levers actually work down, or it goes like this. So it catches your button. Now, it's hard plastic, and I'm about to test it here in a little bit. And so we're going to put some tissue in here. I'm going to drop this in some water. And we're going to see how this plays out. These little bubber cushions, these right here, can go anywhere. What it does is it tightens the phone up so your phone don't slide around inside of it, which is what normally happens. So in doing that, all you got to do is take the back strip off, place it right up, press it up against it, and vice versa on this side. They usually fit. So if you have a smaller version phone that's not fully length of it, and when you start setting it up, it takes roughly about 30 seconds. But also remember on your cell phones, since this is what goes in here, you have to have the time out, the screen out time stopped. And the reason for it is you're underwater and you're trying to get your screen to record or film, and if you have a set time on it, it kind of will be a problem, especially if you're within so many feet and you have to come above water to try to reset your phone. It don't always play, especially if you have, like I do, I have a fingerprint on it and I have to disable the fingerprint or the pattern for that phone to work. So when we go on the float trip, I have to disable things. So remind yourself, if you do use this, make sure you disable your devices so you'll be able to use it. Now, give it me about 2 minutes or so. We're going to fill this thing up, a bucket full of water. We're just going to drop it in there and wait around for about a minute or two, and let's see how the phone functions, or the case functions. Thank you for your patience. Well, we are now at the sink. Now, this is a dry piece of tissue. So we're going to go ahead and put it in that. Now, that might be a little too much, but we will open it up. And on top of that, make sure that you situate it correctly. So what we're going to do is do this. Now, if you do reverse this thing, it will not let you connect it, so you don't have to worry about that part. So before you do a cell phone test in it, you're going to do this. So it's all together. Everything's together. We're going to go ahead and test the water over here. So as you turn around looking at it, we will. I'm just going to let it fill up with it in there. Now, I do have it plugged, and we'll turn around and let it go over for a few minutes. When the thing gets about half full, we'll turn around and go in that. So far I took some photos in it. It's not too bad. It just don't let you video unless you preset it before you go under the water. And everybody throws it in the pool. I'm just going to throw it in the sink. And as you can tell, water's constantly flowing over it. And it does float. Now that's because there's a tissue in it. I imagine if you have your cell phone in there, it's not going to work. So. And then I'm going to put the detergent bottle on top of it. And the reason why I went this direction instead of a GoPro or an ASO, I don't have the extra money. Even though those two actually cost almost as much as a cheap camera, active camera, action camera, sorry. But I have to buy two of them. You know, one for me and one for the missus. Now, okay, the water's in there. I'm going to sink it. And I'm going to zoom in so y'all can see if there's any bubbles. And see, y'all can see this. Let me move this out of the way just in case it's dripping. I don't want any conversation about, oh, it leaked. No, we don't want that. So I'm going to leave it in there for, as we've been speaking. So far, I don't know. That we did leave the protective film on this one. We're going to leave the other one so until we get ready to go to the thing, to the water. I do have a The bottom of that has a quarter screw, female, for selfie sticks or for floating devices that are handles that you can turn around, you know, do it like that. So you see what you're doing underwater. We do have one that's going to be mounted on the pontoon. So when we go down the river, it's going to be in a position that we'll be able to show. I'm not a professional camera person, as you can tell. My wife is kind of busy at the moment. So unfortunately, it's just me. So we've been having this in here roughly, I'll wait and we'll pull it up in about a few seconds. Alright, let's go test this thing. I'm going to move this to here. Pull this back up. I'll zoom out on this. And we're going to put it right here. Now, there is water on the screen, but there is water on the outside of it. That part's easy. That I will dry off before we open it. I don't want nothing saying that we got water on the inside. I'm going to double check. Now we did leave the cover on there. We might turn around. Let's see what we got here. All right. Looks like some water in the locking device area. Yeah, it looks like there is a little bit of water between the plastics, but we'll see. And if you lose this, I'm gonna bet you 2 to 1 a plastic spoon will work just as good, as long as you get it in there to pry, or a flathead screwdriver. I gotta make sure I get a good little pry on it. Come on. It's a good seal. And Lord behold, let me dry my hands. That, my friends, is completely, ultimately dry. No water leaks at all. So it works. That passes the test. Guys, thank you for taking the time to watch our videos. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. I appreciate the assistance. Thank you. Have a good day and happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And I'll see you guys next year.